Hi, welcome to Divinely Guided Tarot. This is a love reading for Divine Masculine. Just wanted to tap into Divine Masculine's energy to see what is currently going on with your Divine Masculine. Spirit, I would like to know to start off, what is the mindset of Divine Masculine at this time? What is Divine Masculine's mindset? What is in Divine Masculine's mindset? So you got the Rooster Mama. Rooster Mama, maybe becoming more joyful, maybe celebrating something, maybe seeing an opportunity to take a new beginning with Rooster Mama. I do feel like this is somewhat of a headspace where they're looking for opportune moments to change, perhaps become more spiritual, really following intuition and guidance, which might be something that's a little bit different for your Divine Masculine if they haven't been on the spiritual side of things. But I definitely do feel like that's what they're headed towards. Perhaps they're learning to sing their own voice. With this card right here flipped over as well, it's really talking about really singing to their own tune, like really maybe finding that voice. And with this Rooster Mama, that's definitely what I get, where maybe they're starting to celebrate things and perhaps let go of stuff that they might have held on in the past, really finding their voice, definitely becoming more structured. And I do feel like they're listening to some sort of intuition or spiritual kind of guidance that's coming in. We have at the bottom of the deck her wicked ways, so maybe they're trying to maybe overcome some kind of sticky situation with a karmic partner, or if they don't have a karmic partner, it could be a karmic cycle that they're in, and there might be some kind of secrets that are being exposed to them. This is at the top of the deck, so we'll see what's going on with them. But I want to clarify with the Rooster Mama. What does Rooster Mama mean for Divine Masculine as far as what they're thinking? So yeah, definitely this is what I got. Like the Five of Pentacles, I feel like maybe they're trying to get out of that headspace of feeling like, things have gone wrong for me, pity party, feeling sorry. Perhaps maybe getting out of that feeling where, they made the wrong choice and, they were left out in the cold, perhaps by the karmic partner or a karmic situation. You have to take it as it resonates because this is a general reading. But I mean, if it's dealing with finance, they could have lost some kind of finance with the Five of Pentacles that made them, feel like they were out in the cold or a loss. But I want to know, what is the Five of Pentacles? See, so yeah, definitely, I do feel they're trying to have a new beginning. With the Magician, they're trying to have a new beginning. Perhaps letting go of some kind of treachery when it deals with money. Could be emotions. Looking at the brighter side. With the Rooster Mama, they're getting a sense of celebration. And I do feel there's a sense of change. Perhaps taking a look at their life. Really becoming more spiritual. I feel like they're starting to want to celebrate, to get out of this kind of darkness. The Seven of Swords definitely could be, I feel like they're trying to walk away from this feeling right here. They're trying to definitely walk away from that Five of Pentacles mentality or feeling at a loss. Like I said, pity party, poo-poo kitty, like feeling sorry for themselves for things that have happened. And I do feel there's a sense of strength. I definitely feel like there's a sense of strength as far as in their mindset, because the King of Swords is talking about having clarity, really taking charge of a situation when it comes to mental thinking, having clarity, perhaps seeing the truth. I feel that there's a sense of, in their mindset, there's a sense of celebration because they understand the truth now. And they could be in this state where they're manifesting. So they could very much be concentrating on their future. Perhaps planning, strategizing, something like this. The Magician is giving them a new opportunity to perhaps move away from a place where there's been a sticky situation for them, whether it's karmic partner or business or just a karmic situation. You got to take how it resonates. But I feel like this is sort of airy. I feel like it's a good kind of feeling. I definitely do feel it's a sense of celebrating and maybe waking up, perhaps waking up and seeing things a little bit different. That's definitely what I'm getting from that card. And then with this one, it's really perhaps maybe they've opened up their throat chakra, done some kind of healing where they're voicing things. This card is about speaking up for yourself, you know, finding your voice. And definitely with the King of Swords, they might have done that. What is this voice of an angel? What does this mean for Divine Masculine as far as their mindset? As far as their mindset, please. What does voice of an angel mean? What does this mean? What does this mean for the viewer? And Divine Masculine, please. Voice of an angel. Maybe they're just thinking about you. I feel like they might think about you in conversations that you guys had. So that this is where maybe they want to open up something. They might be at the place right now where they're trying to decide whether or not to open some kind of communication, because it's about voicing stuff. So with the Page of Swords and the Two of Swords here, it's almost like I feel like they're thinking about perhaps reaching out, making some kind of contact with you. And I do get the sense that maybe they're recalling some kind of conversation they had with you, that makes them feel like you're very angelic and very peaceful and loving. But it's also telling me they're contemplating. They're definitely contemplating about making this conversation with you, opening up a conversation with you, perhaps giving you some sort of message. At the bottom of the deck is the Three of Swords. So I feel like Divine Masculine is very much thinking. There's the Five of Cups at the top of the deck with the Sun, but see, they're healing. I feel they're healing, and something definitely has been opened up for them to allow themselves to move into a positive direction. But at this point, they're still maybe stuck on whatever heartache they might have caused you. So this is where they're taking a little bit of time to perhaps get some clarity as far as them moving to giving you some sort of message. I do feel a message is going to come in for you. So this is something that maybe they're contemplating, and this is what they're thinking about. This is what the mindset is. It's what they're thinking. So they're very much thinking about how to convey some sort of message to you, Divine Feminine, definitely. I feel like at this point they might be taking a little bit of time to figure out how are they going to convey things to you, especially with the Three of Swords and the Five of Cups. This is what's on their mind. So maybe they're thinking about the pain that they've caused you, perhaps having regrets because, you know, they've been left out in the cold without you. I feel like they're very much in nostalgia thinking about Divine Feminine, and perhaps releasing some kind of heartbreak. Three of Swords, it denotes in an aspect of a card, it just denotes wanting to end heartbreak, wanting to end that kind of place where you just keep yourself, like the Five of Pentacles, where you're just thinking about loss. Okay, so I feel they're trying to transform with the King of Swords and the Magician popping out. It's like I feel they're trying to transform and manifest themselves out of this headspace that they've been in. Okay, so I want to know, my next question is, how are they feeling? How are their feelings emotionally at this time? Because emotionally and feelings are different than thinking. So she who forgives, which is beautiful. They're in a sense where they might be forgiving themselves. Definitely forgiving, okay? Forgiveness, which is allowing them to perhaps get into this headspace where they're celebratory. They're celebrating, okay? And that's a major shift, because if I feel like they've been stuck in a place where they felt like everything went wrong for them, they're finally being able to come out of it, and that's how they're feeling. At the bottom of the deck is she who regrets. So they're perhaps forgiving, trying to forgive themselves for perhaps leaving you out in the cold, because we did see the Three of Swords. They could definitely be where they're forgiving themselves for their mistakes, for the wrongdoing, and that's definitely a positive mindset for them to be in. I do feel that you know, they're changing their life as far as how they think and being able to change. And forgiveness is a big part of going through this journey, because without forgiveness you stay stuck. You stay stuck in this Five of Pentacles, Seven of Swords kind of mentality, okay? And at this point they might be holding back from you because they don't know how to convey things to you at this point still. They could definitely still be going through that healing process of forgiving. What is this forgiveness elixir? What is this? So remorse, guilt, forgiveness. What is it they're trying to forgive? Maybe forgive themselves. I feel it's forgiving themselves. See, because they want a new beginning at love. At a chance to come back with Divine Feminine and offer that love, okay? And this is where they're in contemplation about giving this message and really speaking their voice. What is this Ace of Cups? What do they want to bring into Divine Feminine? What do they want to give in? It's almost like they want to bring in peace, definitely love and abundance, healing. They want to heal things with you. The sun is very much denoting healing. See, there's that Five of Cups again. It's almost like they're trying to get over this regret, remorse of what they have done to you, how they might have left you out in the cold for some time. Also healing themselves, maybe even past like hurts that have happened to them as far as childhood. Definitely I do feel forgiveness. It's a big umbrella that they might be dealing with, things coming left and right. And when you have a spiritual awakening, that's definitely what happens. Things pop from the left to the right. Like as you heal them, you think, okay, I'm healed. And then the next day you're like, oh my God, I still have to think about that. You know, it's a transition. It doesn't happen overnight. There's definitely time associated with it. Definitely, there's that Knight of Pentacles. There's time associated with this healing. But they want to come back in and perhaps tell you, you know what, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I've done. And that's how they're going to get over that step of being in contemplation with the Two of Swords. But they're definitely heading in the right direction. The sun is telling you anything is possible. Under the sun is always going to heal any darkness that you're having, whether it's sickness, whether it's financial, your mindset, whatever the case. The sun is a beautiful card to be getting with this healing and forgiveness card, because that's going to set you and your Divine Masculine for to go in a better direction. If you've been in separation mode or in a mode where they haven't contacted you for some time, that's definitely a good place to be as far as forgiveness. Okay, so I would like to know what is the current challenges Divine Masculine is having at this time. What are the current challenges? What are their challenges at this time for Divine Masculine? What are their challenges at this time, please? Okay, so the Five of Wands and the High Priestess. So it somewhat came out in reverse. It came out like this. I feel like they want me to tell you in reverse. This is where, okay, they're having conflict, okay? See, the High Priestess upright is definitely things that have been exposed, the secrets, maybe things have been exposed to them as far as understanding and having a broad idea of perhaps making mistakes, you know, maybe allowing bad people to come into your life. It's like things have opened up, but with it in reverse, I feel in the Five of Wands, it's almost like they're holding back from exposing things to you. And that is because they're having some kind of conflict within themselves. They still could be battling with a karmic partner if they have a karmic partner. It could definitely be maybe, you know, other people around them that are causing them this kind of friction, kind of animosity. If you think about it, like, you know, when you talk to people about this twin flame journey, most people will tell you you're nuts, move on. This person doesn't love you. This person will never come back to you. That you've never, you know, you haven't talked to this person for so many months, years, whatever the case. So I feel like they're getting some kind of backlash at them. Like people might be telling them like, you're crazy, you know? In a sense, like I feel like they don't want to listen to them. But I definitely feel they're holding back on perhaps communicating with you. This is a challenge. This is what's challenging them. It could be in their own mindset where things have been exposed to them, but yet they're not quite ready there to share things with you, if that makes sense. So I've always said, if you're in a twin flame journey, you don't talk to anybody about it, because they will set your emotions backwards. And because not everybody understands twin flames, true twin flames don't, people don't quite understand that concept of a spiritual union, unless it happens to you. But this could be where they're having some kind of conflict as far as things, because I feel like they're more spiritual, especially with the very first card that came at Mama Rooster. This is having spirituality. This is having a change as far as, looking at your life and changing it into more of a happy kind of spiritual way. So things could have been exposed to them about you, their twin, and they could talk to people, but people might give them some kind of backlash, is what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so this is a conflict, okay? See, because they want to come in and give you an apology. They want to give you some sort of offer. And the throat chakra is acting up. My goodness, I feel like they want to just voice things to you. And they're having that tower moment right now, because they definitely want to rush in. And there's something there that's holding them back. What is this Five of Wands, please? What's the Five of Wands? They're healing. They might still have a little resistance put up as far as, being their ego being damaged, or really trying to forgive, because I feel they're in full of regrets for perhaps doing what they've done to you, or thinking that they did something wrong to you. I don't know how your feeling is about them. See, they're definitely thinking of that sadness, and it's a sadness because they're not with you. They're brokenhearted without being with you. Okay. It could definitely be, because they might have had to choose the karmic partner over you, and their ego is sort of bruised, and there's full of regrets, because they had to step back and perhaps put distance between you with that nine of wands. But see, they're not behind the wall. They're coming in front of it. They're starting to release stuff. So perhaps this is why they're still holding back from you, because it is at a 9. It's almost quite there as far as having done their healing process, if that makes sense. And that could be what they're waiting for perhaps for that to somehow dissipate, and then that roadblock will be able to be open, and they can come back and perhaps communicate with you and really reap what they sow, as far as getting everything that they planted and manifested. And it's almost like the harvest coming in, if that makes sense for you. Okay, so I definitely do feel that at this point they're holding back from you, and it definitely could be that they have to heal. They have to heal for something, for themselves, from situations that have happened to them, forgiving themselves for doing what they've done to you, for leaving you out in the cold. There's a lot of pain associated with it, but it's almost like talk to them and tell them that, what, I forgive you, and I will accept you with open arms. That's how I feel. Okay, let's see here. I want to know, what is it that they're not surrendering to at this point? What is it that they're not surrendering to, which will make this journey go faster? Okay, so surrender to prayer. It says, give yourself over completely to prayer. When you pray from your heart, you will be heard throughout the universe, and answers and supports will arrive. So see, they still could be holding a little wall up against spirituality. This person might have been someone who is just not very spiritual, guys. Spirituality is not a religion, okay? It's not about religion. It's about that thing that we're all born with, that you feel inside of you. And it's an intuitive kind of spirituality that we have on the inside. So if they're hardened to that and they don't know what that is, it takes a little bit of time to realize what it is when you have an awakening, okay? So they definitely could be going through that spiritual change, but I feel their energy is a lot lighter because things are starting to progress forward, okay? Surrender to frustration. Frustration doesn't open any doors. The key to resolving dilemma or dissolving a block is to take a breath, center yourself, and regroup so you may approach the situation more calmly. So see, these are two things that you would that you would pray for your divine masculine, because they're hindrances, you see. So they're still frustrated with the fact that they caused you a lot of havoc. They cause a lot of pain. They're in grief because they're not with you. This is something that makes them frustrated, okay? So this is a prayer you would ask for your divine masculine to surrender to frustration. Let it go. Let it go. And really surrender to the fact that prayer does work, and it's something that is calling them to change, okay? Really open up the heart chakra and their solar plexus. So praying for their energies to be open and balanced. Definitely, because that is definitely a hindrance. It's definitely something that stops them from growing, if that makes sense, okay? I would like to know, let's see, what is their, because we're talking about spirituality, at this moment, in regards to their spiritual journey in Twin Flames, what is it? What is their stage right now as far as spirituality? Okay, so, the Hangman. Okay, so Hangman in reverse. That's the first one that flew out, guys. The Hangman in reverse. Oh no, it's not in reverse. Sorry, the Hangman. So they're at this point where the light is starting to come on. Okay, they definitely could be at a place where, see, with the Two of Swords, they're thinking, they're isolated, they're thinking, following intuition. With the Hangman, at this point in their journey, it's like they're starting to see the light. And so the little hindrance is that they don't believe in prayer. So it's sort of what is stopping them. When you have prayer and spirituality, it's like you have no doubt about where you are as far as the decisions that you make for your life, how you feel happy, how you don't live for other people, how you live for yourself. So this is something that they somehow need to get used to, being different, okay? Being different in a sense where they've let go of materialistic values and they're thinking more with spiritual instead of ego, if that makes sense, okay? So their journey at this point, they're being enlightened. Spirit is showing them light. They're trying to help them process spirituality, okay? And when they have this spirituality is when they're going to be able to let go of frustration. Frustration leads back to the healing and forgiving, okay? Forgiving themselves for regrets, for things they've done to you, for things they've done to themselves, for things that they've held themselves back. With the Seven of Swords and the Five of Pentacles here, you see they've held themselves back from any kind of growth because they were in a state where, oh my God, everything happens wrong to me. I just can't get out of this cycle. It's like everything goes wrong, and they people could have been doing this to them. They could have been involved with a cheater. They could have been involved with someone who just takes their money. Whatever the situation is for your divine masculine, it's like it's all tapping into where they are right now with this Hangman, where things are starting to expand as far as knowledge, opening up spirituality, okay? What is it that they're learning with the Hangman? And I do feel like maybe even with the High Priestess in reverse, maybe they're trying to shun it, because those feelings are very, see, it's about spirituality, guys. And that's what this whole journey is about. Releasing, going up higher in levels of spirituality so that you can come back together and balance each other out. So the Hierophant is definitely that card of having knowledge, okay? Learning, not only learning, but taking advice from it and listening to your higher self, which is your intuition, Okay, so this is where they are. The Hierophant is definitely becoming spiritual, giving you the key to allow yourself to move forward. So this is where they're at, okay? And then the Seven of Pentacles and this, okay, I get it. They're trying to leave materialistic values, guys. They are definitely releasing. I feel that your divine masculine is somehow releasing ego with the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. I feel that they've had this kind of spiritual awakening that tells them, okay, it's not all about the pentacles. It's not all about materialistic values, okay? With the Hierophant here, it's almost like if you get placed in a negative relationship, by society standards, you feel inside that, oh my God, I have to stay in this forever because I took an oath, because I got married, because I live with them. Whatever the case, it's almost like they're having a change in mindset, realizing that, holy crap, if I do get myself in a bind, I don't really have to stay like that forever. So they're releasing materialistic values, if that makes sense, okay? Which is absolutely very beautiful. I really couldn't be happier for this. I feel like this is what is going to move your divine masculine closer to you. Definitely. Wow. Beautiful, guys. I feel like that's really, really what they're going through right now. And really, that's Seven of Swords is walking away from that. And I definitely do feel that's where they're headed, because Spirit is really bombarding them, okay? And the Sun is really overriding this whole reading because they're starting to heal. They're starting to thaw. They're starting to have self-love, which in a sense, if they have self-love, guess what? They can come back and give you this message because it's on their mind. Don't forget, it's on their mind. They're thinking about this, okay? They're thinking about how to come back at you. And I do feel at this point, they're releasing this material kind of values. It could be the releasing of a wife. It could be a releasing of someone that's very toxic to them. Any kind of toxicities that they have within themselves, they're letting it go. Materialistic values is a big umbrella as well. Ego, social media, the way the government wants you to be, the way religion wants you to be. It's all a big thing that it's all man-made. And if we all tap into what we are born with naturally, this world would be a better place, is pretty much what I'm trying to say. But they're doing the shift, they're doing the change, which is absolutely beautiful. My next question is, let's see, what is going on at this point, please? What is going on with divine masculine in their home environment? At this moment, what is happening with divine masculine in their home? Okay, so you got the Nine of Swords, the Four of Swords, and the Seven of Wands, which is not quite bad. I feel that, you see, the Nine of Swords is that worry, the anxiousness, the depression, the anxiety, the I can't sleep, the I'm so worried about how things are going to turn out, okay? But because the Four of Swords is right next to it, they're doing some kind of healing. They're healing, they're resting, they're taking the time to pretty much follow this intuition that Spirit is sending them, okay? Which is allowing them to, hey, stand up to any opposing energies. You see that? This is divine masculine standing up to anything that is opposing them, which it could very much be ego, their own ego, okay? Swords are about thinking, things that we think about inside, okay? So I feel that at this point, they're standing up to their fears, their ego, their worries. They're putting them to rest. With the Four of Swords, it's an end. It's an ending, which allows healing to come in and resting. So absolutely beautiful. I definitely feel that in the home, because the question is what's going on in their home. So that home is very anxious, very topsy-turvy, just up and down, just a lot of I feel manipulation. I feel like just the kind of thing with the Seven of Swords that they want to take themselves away from. And at this point, they might be standing back. They might be standing up to whatever obstacles are happening in that home. What's the Nine of Swords about? What's the Nine of Swords about? What is the Four of Swords? Beautiful. Okay, what's the Four of Swords? I see what it is. Okay. And then, okay. And then what is the Seven of Wands? What's the Seven of Wands, please? What's the Seven of Wands? Which is, okay, I'm going to take this one right here. So what is causing this Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords, to somehow dissipate and have some kind of rest because of it? This is what's happening. The Justice card. They're getting their karma played out. They've paid a karmic debt. This is a divorce card. This is a lawyer card. This is something that's happening. Perhaps divorce, perhaps separation, dividing properties, dividing money, something like this. So this justice right here is putting this worry to rest with the Nine of Swords. And like I told you, with the Four of Swords, it denotes an end, stopping something in order to rest. And so what happens here? They're letting go of perhaps maybe a very materialistic person with the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. And see, they were soulmates, guys. See, there's your Divine Masculine, and he's upright, in reverse, because he's blocking materialistic values. Well, he's blocking the Queen of Pentacles, which is representing the karmic partner, if that makes sense, okay? They're okay, when you have a karmic partner, yeah, you're soulmates. They are soulmates. They thought this was their lifetime soulmate, okay? But see, soulmates come into your life not necessarily always to stay with you. They come in to teach you lessons, okay? And so this is the breaking of this soulmate couple, okay? They could be going through divorce, definitely turning their back to marriage, okay? Because remember, they came out in reverse. So I feel that what is happening here that brings them rest is that, holy crap, they're taking charge of their life. With the King of Wands, this is your Divine Masculine embodying this King of Wands as far as taking charge, taking ownership, standing up, fighting back to anything that is opposing in their family life. I asked, what is going on currently in their home? Well, my goodness, I feel that this is where Divine Masculine is releasing this marriage and perhaps giving them that sense of freedom to open up to spirituality. And the Death card is here. So there's an end. Definitely very empowering because they're letting go of it, but yet they're starting to live again, if that makes sense. This is very awesome. I feel like this is very awesome. It's a great message of what the depiction of your Divine Masculine is going through at this point. If you don't know, okay, there's something ended, and this is a beautiful card. It's not a scary card. It's a card of, oh my God, finally I've learned my lessons and I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to put all the BS down and I'm gonna start growing again. Yeah, I might feel like I'm completely, like everything is completely lost and dead and everything, but I'm starting to grow again. Things are starting to flourish. And this is where you get your second chance with your Divine Masculine with the Judgment card, because they've been able to release something, okay? And I do feel like this is what is happening in their home. They put an end to this karmic partner, this karmic situation, definitely, and they're taking charge of their life. Oh my God, absolutely beautiful. Wow, you have to let me know who this is for. I feel that they're very on point today. They're very sharp. I feel like they're thinking clear-headed. They're not really beating around the bush with me. I feel like they're just coming just full of passion, okay? And they are your king, I was going to say, but your Divine Masculine is really feeling empowered and passionate and taking charge, which is definitely a different kind of feeling that they're having right now. Beautiful, guys. Definitely having a lot of life changes because all these majors that are coming up for them. They're transformation cards, they're destiny cards, they're moving forward. They're where they're supposed to be in their journey. Even though it might not happen as fast as you want it to, you cannot hurry someone from healing. Just because you think, okay, I've forgiven them, I'll take them back. This person needs to heal from the inside, heal themselves, so that they can balance out and come back and give you that fresh start, that new beginning, without you having to work at it. Okay, you should never have to work at a relationship and fix someone else. They should already come fixed and transformed, and that's what they're doing. They're doing the work. So if you're worried about time and when is it going to happen, you got to put that to the back burner, because you're creating some kind of you could create some kind of what do you call it, like a blockage for you, allowing this to come in for you, because they're only going to come back to you when they're balanced. Okay, and that means you yourself have to be balanced too in order for this to come in. I just saw that. Okay, for them to come in, you both have to be on the same page. Okay, and I do feel a new cycle is coming in for you, because they're doing the work. They're finally doing the work. Beautiful, guys. Oh my God, absolutely beautiful. I want to know, what are Divine Masculine's true feelings for Divine Feminine at this time? What are Divine Masculine's true feelings for Divine Feminine? The Four of Cups. Okay, they're somehow they're staying away from you. Okay, they know. Four of Cups is where they might not be taking your interest at this point, because they haven't balanced out yet. It's very much what I was saying. Okay, Four of Cups, please clarify. Four of Cups. Okay, see, they're trying to become balanced. They're definitely trying to become balanced, so that they can give you this love equally when they return to you. Okay, so at this point, they're still isolating themselves. They're still somehow healing. They might be in the middle of their transformation at this point. With the Four of Cups, does this mean they totally don't want to come back to Divine Feminine at all? Oh, no, they do. Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because, you know, Four of Cups could be that where they're not interested in you, you know, but it's very much what I said. It's like you can't hurry them from healing. And this, at this point, they're doing things different. They're doing things different because they want it to work, okay? And this is beautiful, because if they come back to 100% healed, it means this is going to be your life partner forever. Okay, because they do want to give that offer. It's that they're trying to learn how to work with their emotion. This person has thought with materialistic values all their life. Okay, so it's definitely a change for them. So they're trying to somehow get a grip of their emotions, and then they're going to come back and give you that love. Okay, that's an apology. That's a love offer. That is going to come in for you, and definitely where they are going to take charge and bring you this for you, and it's going to work. See, they don't want to come back and have you work at it. It should be that they've already done the work and it's balanced, and that's what I feel that they're doing at this point. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I think what I want to ask right now, I want to see what kind of messages they tell you guys. Okay. If Divine Masculine could tell Divine Feminine any love messages at this time, what would it be? If Divine Masculine was here at this time to give them a message, what would it be, please? Divine Masculine, what message? What message, please? Okay. What message would they want to convey to their Divine Feminine, please? Okay, we'll take those two. Okay, so the first one they're trying to tell you is with this one right here. It says trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. And so see, even through the very beginning of the reading, it's telling you they're trying to forgive themselves. They're trying to let go of any kind of bad doing that they've done to themselves, to you, or things that have been done to them by other people. But you have to have trust, because you can't put a time limit on it. Everybody heals on a totally different scale, okay? And so with this one right here, it's saying power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. So they're definitely trying to walk away from where they are. And I do feel like they have the power. It's taken them a lot of power to perhaps go through a divorce, to perhaps convey any kind of message to the karmic partner that they no longer want to be with them. That took a lot of strength and a lot of power. In fact, if this is something that is currently happening with your divine masculine, they might be at a place where they have to rest, because that took a lot of energy from them, telling them, this is the end. Especially at this time of year, this is where they might just be isolating themselves and trying to regain some kind of power, okay? So this one right here, it says embrace. Through each other, you find the missing pieces, and that's definitely how they feel towards you. And then this one right here, it says playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greater healer. So I do feel, even with this one right here, I had a sense of where they have like a nostalgia memory of you, perhaps something that you did. And it's almost like they want to say, like, I can hear your voice, and it's like you have a very angelic voice to them, okay? This is definitely what I got from this. It's like you definitely bring some kind of playfulness to them, and in a sense where maybe you've given them the courage to perhaps find their inner voice and speak up. And there's a message there. I believe I said when that card came out, it was almost like you guys had a conversation, and that conversation has stuck in their head, and it's almost like they can play it back and they hear your voice, okay? So that is for somebody. I don't know who that's for, but it is. And then friendship. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship, and your love life will dramatically improve. And see, your divine masculine sees you as a friend, which is beautiful, because that is very soulmate-y, okay? What I mean is, like, you can converse to your divine masculine and tell them anything like you're their best friend. And that, by far, is the best relationship that you could ever have with anybody, okay, is your best friend. I want to know, what are the soul links between divine feminine and divine masculine? What are their lessons that have been learned, and what do they have coming in the future together? Divine masculine, divine feminine. Okay, let's take the ones that flipped over for you. And there's one that fell. Let's see here. Okay, so it says crisis and disappointment. So you've gone through that. You both have gone through that sense where, because you weren't together, it's a disappointment. And I think we saw that in the beginning of the reading, where they're at a loss without you, okay? With the 5 of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. This has caused them to go into crisis, which is sort of beautiful, because in a sense, if they didn't feel that loss, like, you know what? How can I say this? If they went every day and didn't feel the loss without you, they wouldn't have changed. You just would have been just another person, and they would have kept going in their life the way it was. But because you've been without them, you've caused them to make some kind of transformation, if that makes sense, okay? Because what happens to you when you're away from the person you love, you have heartache, you have pain, you have suffering. And we did see that 3 of Swords, and they're telling me it's the pain that they had without you, without being without you, if that makes sense, okay? And I gotta sneeze. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, hold on. Sorry about that. Lasting love and happiness. Okay, so you're gonna have lasting love and happiness with this person. Because you have perseverance, you're gonna have success. So it says success and perseverance, which is absolutely beautiful. Moving on and escaping. So it's like, I do feel with the 7 of Swords, they've somehow had to escape from this karmic partner or karmic situation. All the materialistic things that society has placed on them, whether it be from family or just life in general, okay? They're moving on and escaping. Union of two souls, like I knew it. You definitely are you're together, you're connected together through spirit, okay? New growth level, achievement and success, which is absolutely beautiful. Family support, which is absolutely beautiful. That means you guys are supporting each other, okay? And I know that there's a somewhere in there where I might have said that, you know, they might talk or try to get advice about this connection with others. And it's something that some of them tell them, you're crazy. Like, you're crazy. This person would not be there for you now. And it's something that they really need support in. So that might be some kind of prayer that you might need to send off to them to give them some kind of support, a feeling of support from their family or friends. I want to know, what are divine masculine and divine feminine telling each other at this point, because they are two souls that are together. What are their souls telling them? Okay. What are their souls telling them, please? Okay. And you have two that fell out. Okay. Okay, so the first one is this one right here. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Okay, so it's very much like this death card. They had to release stuff. Even though it was almost like they felt dead going through this transformation, they had to do it in order for them to allow a new beginning. And that new beginning comes in the form of peace, okay, which is giving them peace to move forward with you, divine feminine, okay? And then, let's see. Stop criticizing yourself. You are perfect just the way you are. And see, this is where that Four of Cups is, where they're not completely healed. They're on that road. They're going that way, where they still have regrets. I feel like this card really plays a lot where they need to forgive themselves. So this is where you step in and you ask God to help them forgive themselves, because they feel a lot of remorse, okay? Never make permanent decisions on temporary feelings. And that's what they did with a karmic partner. It was a very temporary kind of spur of the moment. They jumped into it and then realized, holy crap, what did I do? Like, I did not mean to do that, okay? And some of the strongest people are the people in the morning who cried all night. So this person has a sweet soul, and they do a lot of crying on the inside and at night. And so I definitely do feel like that is something that it's sort of sad, because their soul is sweet. They want you to know they've been crying for you. And at the top of the deck is that twin flame. So they're definitely your twin flame, okay? Which I think you already know that, okay? So there you go. I do hope this gives you some kind of clarity on the process of your divine masculine. Please let me know who this fits for. And thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.